Hey Sagittarius, good morning. Sagittarius and the collective at large, because that's what we're calling these readings. I'm not going to, these are really going to shape into whatever you need to see, whoever needs to see this. So I really appreciate your feedback, and I try to answer everyone's comments unless I feel that they're too low vibrational. I literally, I appreciate your, everyone sharing their experience, even if it's, even if it's a little low, but I don't reply to that. I don't take on low vibrational energy. So, I appreciate that everyone feels safe to share their experience, even their pain. And hopefully you do feel like it's a safe space for that. But I don't, like I said, I see it, I heart it, I'm here for you, but you know what I'm saying. So these readings are really going to eclipse into a whoever needs to see it, okay? And we're going to start making it so that they're more general, but I also am going to allow for specific situations, okay? So we're going to do the general messages, the general vibe, and then I will ask for any specific details that need to be seen. Yes, yes. So we are using the Clarity Tarot and the, I think it's the Animal Vision. I think that is what it's called. But the Spirit Oracle, yeah, the Animal Spirit Oracle, because I'm a big fan of Colette Baron Reid. So if you're interested in Oracle cards, I definitely suggest looking up her cards. I feel like they are so on point, right? So on point. And if you are not subscribed to my spiritual practice channel, I suggest that you do, because it's called Saged Alchemy, and I'm doing a lot there with journaling, with tarot cards, and also practices for intuition, okay, that are easy and just we're all intuitive beings. But, we're also conditioned and we have things that get in the way, like our brain. And so I have discovered quite a few that actually work for me. And what happens is you do these things and then it's like second nature. You start getting the messages, and, it can really change your life and is highly more effective in decision making. So let's get to it. So the collective vibe. Okay, so this is the vibe we all may be feeling. And then I did a specific vibe for Sagittarius. So the collective vibe is relaxation. It feels very much, and I don't know what's going on in the atmosphere, but it feels very much like we are in Virgo energy, which is more than you think it is. Virgo isn't just a perfectionist and doing everything the right way. Virgo is also healing. It is also, because Virgo is the natural healer. Virgo is the first sign that was created in the zodiac, as I understand it, because Virgo is the virgin, right? But Virgo energy is very much about health and healing and improvement. As a matter of fact, when Virgo season comes upon us, I love Virgo season. I think that my favorite seasons as far as energy are Virgo season, Capricorn season, and Libra season, because they're just kind of feel good kind of times. Like Capricorn season, which we're still in, is very much about achievement and getting shit done. and lessons, because the Saturn rules that, shiz. But I definitely love Virgo. Virgo wants you to make your life easier. That's why Virgo is about organization. And I feel like there's a lot of introspective energy in the collective mood, because relaxation and hermit. So I feel like for a lot of people, you may be thinking about, you definitely need rest, and you're feeling that on the health tip. But definitely looking at things, right? Going within to look at things and how you can make things better. What are your next steps? We're definitely thinking that, because we're in Seven of Pentacles energy, and you pair that up with Capricorn, and this is all about the steps for lasting results, right? Sagittarius specifically is feeling the move forward energy. You're definitely thinking about the future, not necessarily the future, but where you're going. Like, Sagittarius doesn't concern themselves with the past. We do, actually. But they, we're always about moving forward. We literally only go in one direction. Even though we are a mutable sign, which is kind of fluid, like, we will go with the flow. But Sagittarius really isn't interested in going back to the past. We just want to go forward, right? Because we understand that's where growth happens, right? But right now you're in Seven of Pentacles energy, kind of grateful for what you have and what you've achieved, taking a look at what you've achieved. And maybe, this has to do with skills and everything. It's like, everything I've done has gotten me to here. So what do I need to do next? And Sagittarius is thinking about the pivot heavily. Maybe even taking a look at what's working, what's not working, what changes do I need to make? So you're kind of in this in-between energy. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it. What are you going to invest in going forward? That's what you're thinking about. So I'm here for it. And if I'm being honest, I feel like everyone's thinking about that, but also thinking about rest. So I decided to do a channeled message for you today. And the reason I did the reading this way was because when I was getting ready, when I was meditating and all the things, what kept replaying is interconnectedness. Okay, and that's why I tried to make this a more generalized reading that, maybe anybody needs to see, who knows. So here's the thing. Here's your channeled message. And it was, let's do it, it's layered. So this and that are true. And that really means that, everyone's side is true. It's true to them. It's never a simple matter of right versus wrong. So in other words, especially if you're not agreeing with what someone is doing or someone is thinking, it doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean that it's not the right thing. It just means that's their truth. And we all operate out of our own truth. We are all the narrator or the main character in our story. And so what they want you to sit with is that their way is true and your way is true, and that you get to choose. Okay, so because time to collaborate is reversed. It's telling you don't have to go along with others, but you need to understand and really, really take in that their truth is also true. That your truth is not the only truth. You just don't have to engage with it if you don't agree. But you have to look at their truth, because it's helping you to set boundaries. It's helping you. It's definitely showing you who you can fucks with, right? And really take a look at what happens when you set these boundaries. But I feel like you're really discovering, what energy you're vibing with. You're not judging anyone. and it's definitely telling you not to, but it's okay to say, you know what? I understand this is your truth and I respect that, but it's not for me. You're not an energy I can work with. Or that truth is actually a boundary for me. It's kind of like if someone, I'm trying to think of an example, right? But it's like others believe things that you don't necessarily believe, Sagittarius. And so on some level, Sagittarius and all the collective, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. It's okay to set boundaries that says, I understand that's your truth. It's not mine. So I'm not dealing with it. And so I have to set a boundary against that. It's like if someone, they only want to go out on Tuesday. And Tuesday is your day for something. And so you're saying, no, you know what? I can't rock with Tuesday. So no Tuesday. So if that means that I cannot engage with you, if that means that I can't have you in my space, then that's what it means. And what is going to come from this, and this is even more Seven of Pentacles energy, is who you can invest in, what you can invest in. So you're really like getting in tune with the truth that you want to flow in, the people you want to flow with without judgment. So I can't love this message anymore, and I've spent so much time on this, right? So the collective energy is the Ace of Cups and the King of Swords, which I really love because my heart is opening to opportunities, but I'm going to be very discerning. So, the King of Swords often can be kind of a cold energy. So, it's very interesting because you're being logical about what you're open to. And, I think it's a good energy. The King of Swords finds solutions. They find solutions and they're not totally led by emotions. Opening your heart and being emotional often isn't the same thing. So you're not going to let your heart lead you astray. You know what I mean? You're being really smart about it. I love that. And that's also like, if this is referring to love for you, like you're going to say, well, you know what? I want all the facts first before I make a decision one way or not. So opening and making a decision are two totally different things. Okay. And you're being really honest with yourself about what you are open to. Because as we see in the collective message, maybe you're not open to everything. Maybe you're not. And so these boundaries you're setting for yourself, like this is what I'm open to. And here's my line in the sand, for real. So your good news is that you are getting news about something that you've waited for. Okay, it is a fresh start. The world can mean travel. It can mean moving, can be relocating. It definitely refers to success. And, it's a very beautiful card because it's a fresh start. You've been through all the things, is basically what the world says. You've been through all the things. You've surrendered to all the things. You've bided your time. And so now something is getting ready to begin, and it's going to be very successful because you're applying the lessons that you learned. Applying the lessons. I love it. And the curveball is that you're receiving information you didn't have. Okay. And this information may lead you down a different path. Okay, this is what we're talking about with the pivot, because you're in Seven of Pentacles, so you're definitely waiting for that. But yeah, and this is something that comes via an unusual source, right? It's something you didn't know, and it could be coming through dreams or intuition, or someone could be directly sending you a message, but it very much affects where you go next. That's what you need to know. is going to really help you make that decision on where you go next. Yes, yes, yes. And, you know, the universe is telling you that Seven of Pentacles again, to really think about what it is you want to achieve, right? And with the Four of Cups, take a look at what worked, what didn't work, you know, what could still work, and am I like too attached to a financial outcome specifically? You know, I often feel too like, you know, the fours often are a big holding back energy, and that's kind of like, am I not doing anything here because I'm afraid to risk anything? You know, I don't want to risk my security. And so the universe is saying, is that why you're holding back or not? Or are you possibly not seeing opportunities because of that? Just saying. Just saying. So let's get to your self-care message, which is interesting. Here it is. Take this time, instead of thinking about where you want to go next, all of this Virgo energy is asking you to take the time to create, and we've seen this before, create a routine that allows you to get more rest, to make more time for yourself. So you may really want to think about getting organized. You know, we always think of organization as boring, because specifically Sagittarius, because we don't like rules. But structure is your friend, okay? Structure is your friend. Under the deck is the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Devil, and the Two of Pentacles. You're making some decisions here, I feel. I feel like you're making decisions. And your decision is the Queen of Wands. You're stepping off, stepping up. You're feeling more positive and kind of like you're the spark. And you know the spark, you're figuring out what you do want to go towards, right? You're probably looking at opportunities, but you are coming at it from a sense of a lot of clarity. But you're feeling inspired towards going down new roads because there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of spark here. And you know, truthfully, you're being honest with yourself, is that you're not you know that you can't give to something that doesn't inspire you in some way. You can't. And, you know, a lot of times that is the reason that you go back and forth about things. And also the energy is kind of telling you that it's time to get off this karmic trench or treadmill of, you know, piling more on my plate is the answer. It's not. It's getting in tune with what makes you feel inspired and what makes you feel passionate, because it's kind of like, you know, you put yourself into a million things and don't accomplish anything when you can zero in on that one thing that fires you up. Maybe, and it definitely feels like a new thing. And that might involve, you know, some learning and some getting real with yourself, for sure. Getting real with yourself, you know, and it's kind of telling you with the Eight of Cups, right? The Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands, I'm picking something that's just for me, right? I'm picking something that's just for me. I'm no longer concerned with what other people want me to do. So, yes, it's a lot of things, right? That's a lot of things, and I love it. So let's take a look and see the point of inspiration. Ding, ding. What is the point of inspiration today for Sagittarius and the YouTube collective? What is the point of inspiration today? Point of inspiration. Oh, that was quick. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. So you may be feeling that things are coming together. And we've been seeing a lot about meeting new people. You're attracting your people. And it could really tell you they're going to come out of nowhere. Like it'll be sudden. The Great Gathering. And also, because if you watched yesterday's message, which was all about receiving and people coming out to help. So you definitely are attracting the right people. But that might require for you to let something go. That's Tower energy. Let it burn. Let it burn. Yes. So releasing old soul patterns, like old attachments that don't work for you now, will actually attract what does work for you now. So there's definitely this energy of the new cycle. From a soul level, from a physical level, all of it. Love it. Love that. So I hope this really helps you and that you have the most greatest day ever.